I'm here to provide a little perspective on Michael Fraunces. He and I spent a lot of time growing up together in Cleveland. He actually moved in when I was in junior high school, and he grew up in a military family. He'd been all around the country, and I only lived in one city at the time, so it was just fascinating hearing about how he'd lived in all these cities. And we ended up hanging out with some of the same kids as we were growing up, and so we became friends. And it was kind of cool as that group was pretty tight-knit, so we stayed pretty close all the way up through high school. And what would I say? You know, Michael and I always, not only did we hang out together, but we always knew we each shared some of the same interests, and we both had a little bit of brain power, so we were always debating things back and forth. We'd debate and discuss things. And you know Michael, flaming heart liberal that he is, so he'd take that side of things. I'm pretty much the staunch conservative, so I'd take my side of things, and we'd debate politics and social and political issues back and forth all the time. Boy, that was fun. Those were the days. And so Michael, he was a pretty cool guy. He had a very cool family, a couple of brothers and a sister, and very nice parents. And I was over at their house a lot. I remember the garage very well, and you might ask why that is. I actually backed a car into the garage when I was in high school, and I had to go in and explain to his father what I had just done to damage their house, so that was always a very memorable experience for me. It was a lot of fun. Then as we got into high school, Michael and I both knew that we wanted to get into business as we were growing up. We actually started our own business together in high school. Sealing driveways back in the Midwest, that's a big issue. Putting like this asphalt covering on driveways, and so this is kind of black tar, liquid tar stuff that goes on your driveway. And what do we call our company? Orange Seal Coating. Smart as a tack, both of us were. So like picture these two nerdy high schoolers. We weren't really that well dressed. We'd go to your front door and we'd knock on the door to do our sales pitch, and this older couple would come to the door and they just kind of look us over and look us up and down, a couple of these nerdy kids, and you could just see it already even before we started talking. They'd be like, oh, what are these guys doing on my doorstep? And so we'd give them the whole pitch on how we were great, and you could just see them start to shake their head like this. And then we would literally start laughing because we knew we weren't going to close the deal. And so we would just start laughing and start busting up, and then we'd eventually just kind of walk away embarrassed. And so that was our first elaborate business experience together. But you never know. We actually were very successful, and we grew that into a business and sold it to a friend before we went on to college. So we did a lot of stuff together in high school, and we've stayed in touch over the years. Obviously, I don't talk to Michael as much as I used to, but we do text each other on occasion. And I think of him from time to time. Whenever the Chargers come on TV, I always think of Michael because I know he's sitting there at the game watching the Chargers pretty closely. So, there's one thing I really can't believe about Michael, and that is the fact that Michael is 50. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine what that's like. I know he's an old man, but even though he is old, and I just can't believe it, I hate to admit it, but Michael has really played a big role in my life, really, particularly during my developmental years through junior high and high school. Michael was always one of my closest friends, and that played a big role in my life. And so I just want to wish Michael a very happy birthday, a happy 50th, Michael. You've got a great family, you've had a great life, you have a great life ahead of you. I would just encourage you, just keep a great attitude and keep enjoying your life. You've been one of my closest friends and had a big impact on my life, and I still look up to you a lot, even though you are 50 years old. So Michael, happy birthday from Andrew. You're a great guy, and enjoy this weekend. It's in honor of you, buddy. Take care.